In today's video, we'll be looking at one of the main benefits of traveling to the Netherlands for work. The Dutch government offers opportunities for foreign professionals to get paid in order to move, live, and work in the Netherlands. And one of the ways they achieve this is by offering attractive tax incentive, popularly known as 30% ruling. So stick around and watch the video to the end as we go into all the details next. Here's what we'll be covering in this video. Who is a highly skilled migrant? What is 30% ruling? What are the conditions for 30% ruling? Application process and the approval process. The validity of the 30% ruling. And finally, the impact of changing a job on your 30% ruling. Let's get right into it. A highly skilled migrant is someone with specialized knowledge, skill, or experience hired from outside of the Netherlands to work for a company in the Netherlands. To qualify as a highly skilled migrant, there are certain conditions you must meet. One is that you must hold a valid work visa and a resident permit. Two, you work for an employer who is a recognized visa sponsor. Three, you meet the salary criterion set by the Dutch government. As of this moment, the salary criterion for anyone below the age of 30 as a highly skilled migrant is 3,672 euros. And for those above the age of 30, the salary criterion is 5,008 euros per month. It's important to know that this salary criterion does not apply to people in academic research. So PhDs and doctors in training do not fall under this salary criterion. On my channel, there are many videos around finding a job as a highly skilled migrant. I will leave the link to some of those videos in the description notes. Be sure to watch them after this video so that you can see the opportunities that are out there for you to come, work, and live in the Netherlands. What is 30% ruling that we talk about? When you get a job to come and work in the Netherlands from your home country or from anywhere outside of the Netherlands, you are likely going to incur extra costs. Also, chances are that the cost of living in the Netherlands is higher than the cost of living in your home country. In order to compensate for this extra cost, the Dutch government allows employers to pay you 30% of your gross income tax-free. So if you qualify for the 30% ruling, it means that 30% of your income will not be taxed for a maximum of 5 years. To get an idea of how this impacts your salary, let's say your annual income is 65,000. With 30% ruling, your annual tax will only be 10,744. And if you do not have the 30% ruling, your annual tax bill will be in the region of 20,500 euros. So you can see that with 30% ruling, you save thousands of euros in tax expenses. And this is one of the reasons that people are attracted to work in the Netherlands. Another benefit of the 30% ruling is that you're able to get reimbursement for extraterritorial costs that you incur in moving to the Netherlands. Costs such as storage costs, traveling costs, processing your documentation, things like translation of your documents, language school, and all incidental expenses that relates to coming to the Netherlands to work. You can also be reimbursed these costs tax-free. These have to be agreed in advance with your employer. There are other benefits also for those who benefit from 30% ruling is that you can easily exchange your driving license to the Dutch driving license. Many countries are not allowed to use their driver's license in the Netherlands after 6 months of arriving to the Netherlands. You have to go through the Dutch driving school and get a driving license issued. And this can cost as high as from 800 euros to 5,000 euros, depending on how many times you attempt the exams and how long it takes you to pass the exams. That is one huge benefit again of the 30% ruling. Lastly, You have also the possibility of putting your children in special international schools that are meant for expats, and your employer can also reimburse you the cost of this education tax-free. So what are the conditions for benefiting from this 30% ruling? Certain conditions apply. Number one is that you are in a paid employment. Number two, your employer is an approved visa sponsor. You have specialized knowledge that is scarce or hard to find in the Netherlands. You are recruited from outside of the Netherlands, at least not anywhere near 150 kilometers to the Netherlands. Your 30% ruling have been discussed and agreed in writing with your employer. Another condition is that you must meet the salary criterion, which I had mentioned earlier in the video. And lastly, you have to apply and receive a valid decision from the tax authority. Only then can you enjoy the benefits of the 30% ruling. Application and approval for the 30% ruling. Your employer would have to apply for the 30% ruling on your behalf. Application have to be made within 4 months of starting your new job, and the Dutch tax authority promises to make decision within 8 weeks. So if the decision is made in your favor, your employer is going to pay you arrears from the time you started working. The 30% ruling is valid for a maximum of 5 years. If you get approval for it, you can enjoy this benefit for a maximum of 5 years. In the past, it was for 8 years, but it's been reduced now to a maximum of 5 years. 5 years is still a lot of years for you to make savings. If you saved 10,000 every year, that is 50,000 savings in tax bill. That is very, very reasonable and attractive to a lot of people. Lastly, we look at what happens if you have a change of job during these 5 years. Well, if you change job during these 5 years that you are under the 30% ruling, but you still meet all other criterion of a highly skilled migrant, then your 30% ruling can be carried forward to your new employer. However, you have to discuss again with this new employer if they accept to carry out this 30% ruling on your behalf. An agreement with the employer upfront is very important to ensure that you don't lose out on this benefit. Don't assume that everybody is doing it. Not everybody is doing it. Some employers know how to do it, have been doing it because they recruit a lot of expatriates. But some other employers don't really have all the expertise or are not willing to do the administrative work. So you really want to ensure that you have this discussion in advance to know if whether or not this job you're taking will qualify for the 30% ruling. And if that is the case, you are expected to notify the tax office within 4 months of starting the new job. And it's the condition that if you're changing a job while you are on a visa, that you are starting the new job maximum of 3 months of stopping the other job. Hopefully you find this information very useful, and if so, please consider subscribing to my channel if you have not done so already, and turn on the notification bell so that you are informed when next video is published. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up also, and of course share it with someone else who might find it helpful. Thank you very much. So taking advantage of the 30% ruling can significantly contribute to your savings and fast track your wealth building ability in the Netherlands as a highly skilled migrant. Not everyone qualifies for this benefit. You want to make sure that you discuss with your employer and be sure that this benefit is applicable to you at the time of signing your contract. And if it doesn't apply to your job, that is also fine, as long as you find a job that you like, that will bring you to the Netherlands to live and work legitimately. That's also a good idea. On the screen, you'll find a video on companies that are actively hiring from overseas currently. Click that video and watch it, and I will see you there.